From here.
Well, let me take my AirPods out because that clearly didn't work. So what I was trying to say is that, I haven't posted an update in a long time regarding my fibroids, what I decided to do, my raw vegan journey. So I think the last time I posted was actually day 13. Yeah, that's crazy. I did finish the journey. I did go all the way to 90 days being completely raw vegan, and then after that, so after November 7th, I slowly weaned myself off of being raw vegan. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm sick, so excuse my voice, excuse all this in my nose. 1 second. Yeah, so it was quite the journey. After a while, I was used to it. Like, after the 45-day mark, I really didn't care about having other foods. I think the only thing I truly missed was chickpea curry and then curry puffs. So obviously I like curry a lot. I like Thai cuisine a lot, and I like Caribbean food a lot. So I miss plantains, honey. I miss plantains so much. So yeah, I really was good with it, besides those items that I just mentioned. But yeah, the journey was cool. I think it went well. I lost a lot of weight as well. Let me check my phone. I was keeping a record. Like, once a week I was starting to calculate my waist, my my waist measurements, my biggest part of my stomach, which I think is where the large part of the fibroid is, or where my uterus pokes out. And then I was also keeping track of something else. I can't remember. Give me 1 second. The last time I took my measurements was actually day 80, so this is not including another 10 days. But when I first started this journey, my waist was 39 inches. The biggest part of my stomach, above my mom's pubis, like that area, which I think was where my uterus pokes out the most at, that area was 40 to 41 inches. I couldn't get an accurate depiction because you breathe in and out and it's always fluctuating. So yeah, then day 80 is the last day that I kept track of this. My waist was 34.5 inches. So as you can see, that went down almost 5 inches, or about 5 inches. And the biggest part of my stomach was 39.5 inches. So that one didn't move as low as my waist did, but it was still a noticeable change. I think it's a spider who had babies on the ceiling, and I guess that's the worst part about booking a treehouse. For real. Anyway, disgusting. Yeah, so when I first started out, I weighed 206 pounds approximately. I wasn't keeping track of that at first, but I would say I was around 206 pounds when I first started. And then day 80, I was 190.4 pounds, and I haven't weighed myself since. I think I did weigh myself on day 90, but I was 190. I think that was even 190. So yeah, that is basically the results of my physical changes. But I did have a lot of other changes. Like, I felt like I was having a lot of breakthroughs and epiphanies. I was also, excuse my phone, I was also reading The Power of Now, like, throughout the journey, and I felt like that was really helping me just stay present, keep being on track. The Power of Now is about basically Eckhart Tolle. It's very popular. Kendrick Lamar actually based his whole last album on Eckhart Tolle and being present. But Eckhart Tolle basically when he was 29, he was super depressed and he wanted to kill himself. But through all that pain that he was experiencing and through all of his suffering, he realized that all he had to do was stay present. And when he was staying present, he was able to be great. So that's essentially what the book is about, like how to stay present, what keeps you from staying present, how to get through life situations that are not pleasant for you, how to not be like depressed, because when you stay present, it's no way for you to be depressed or anxious, because what is currently happening to you right now, that's depressing. Exactly. Why are you worried about the future when you don't even know what's going to happen yet? If anything, you should be thinking positively about the future, and you can be grateful for the past, even though some fucked up shit happened. Some fucked up shit happened to all of us, honestly. So I'm just saying, and I know that sounds insensitive, but truthfully, that is the case. So when you take all that into consideration, how do you move forward, and how do you want to be in life, knowing that more shit will happen to you? He calls them life situations. And you're not going to be happy with every single decision, because you don't know the future. So you don't know if you're going to make a right decision or a wrong decision. And that brings me, oh child, I'm really sick, y'all. I'm really sick. And I'm in El Salvador. That's crazy. Like, I've never been sick out the country. I've never been sick on a vacation, besides like, traveler's diarrhea or something like that. But I am sick. I had a fever last night. Luckily that broke, but it was so scary because, what I'm saying, I didn't know that the fever was gonna break, and there's no Tylenol. I asked all the girls with who I'm on the trip if they had Tylenol. Nobody had Tylenol, and that was scary because there's no drugstores around here. I'm in a remote part of El Salvador. I'm not in San Salvador. I'm not near the airport. I'm like 2 hours away from the airport. So yeah, that was scary, okay, when I had that fever. Yeah, and I caught it like at 3 p.m. yesterday. But honestly, it was probably a little bit before then, but I was like doing stuff, so I wasn't really paying attention. But I just knew I was really tired for some reason. But yeah, so like, what was I about to say? Damn, I forgot. Anyway, so the power of now and all of the decisions and like staying present and don't worry so much about your decisions, it led me to this point, and I'll get back to that point because I realized I didn't touch on something yet. So at the end of the journey, of course, me, I scheduled my ultrasound. I wanted an MRI, but unfortunately, my doctor suggested an ultrasound, even though the MRI is actually what I requested. That's no longer my doctor. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. The ultrasound revealed that I had another fibroid, and I found that out on my birthday. I think I did the ultrasound on November 6th, and then the next day it was revealed that there was possibly another fibroid, but they can't always see everything in an ultrasound, which is why I like MRIs, because it's very accurate. It's much more clear and accurate than an ultrasound. So basically that really depressed me when I saw that. I was depressed on my birthday. I was depressed for quite a while because I put so much energy and effort into being raw vegan and embracing the change, and and the whole intentionality behind that was so that I can shrink my fibroids. I think the big fibroid went down by like 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters or something, but and then the second fibroid went down by 1 centimeter. But then I have this whole other fibroid that I'd never even seen before. I didn't know about it. I thought I had 3, now I have 4. It's like, what? Yeah, that one was already like 4 or 5 centimeters. So it's kind of scary. And it was really frustrating because, again, I put a lot into being raw vegan. I put a lot of energy and space into trying to shrink them and trying to get rid of them naturally. So just to know that it didn't like happen that way, it was really heartbreaking for me. And I think I kept that news to myself too for quite a while, just because like I felt ashamed and embarrassed that I put so much work into this, with no results. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a winner. I get shit done. You understand? So it's just heartbreaking. I'm a winner. So it was just really heartbreaking to see like no wins. Like it was a L. And it's still sad for me to talk about now, actually. But the MRI did confirm that it is 4 fibroids, and I'm not sure if it was hiding the first time I had the MRI, or if like it just grew. And I was trying to see like, did the raw vegan help me or hurt me? But honestly, the MRI that I had before this new one was in December of 2022, and I didn't become raw vegan until August 9th of 2023. So between December and August, I was pescatarian essentially, and eating a lot of dairy because I knew that I was gonna go on this journey, you know. So I was eating a lot of things that I shouldn't be eating. I told y'all already, you know, I had Little Caesar's pizza, all the shit I was supposed to eat. But yeah, I don't know if the fibroid grew then or if it grew throughout my raw vegan journey. So yeah, it's just heartbreaking in general to discuss. But yeah, the radiologist was like scared for me, and that made me kind of scared, because usually the radiologist doesn't talk to you about your issues. Like, they send it to your doctor, you talk to your doctor about those issues. But the radiologist was like, nah, you need to see this. And he took me back to his room, and that sounded kind of sus, but he just took me back to the room where he's doing the scanning at, outside of the MRI lab. And he's like, this is pressing up against your spine, this is still up against your bladder, I really think you should do something about this. And I already knew that one was pressing up against my bladder, but at the time it wasn't really affecting me so harshly, from what I could tell. But now I am seeing some of that, like, more and more. The other night I woke up, my stomach was hurting really bad, you know, like how you hold your pee for too long and you have to go, you know, use the bathroom. I had that feeling. I woke up at like 5:30, 5:45 or something around that time. And excuse me, y'all, I'm really sick. No, I'm healthy. But yeah, so I went to go release, but keep in mind, I used the bathroom right before I went to sleep, so it's not like I was holding it before I went to sleep. So honestly, it shouldn't have been hurting as much. But anyway, I go to use the bathroom. It was a lot. I peed, and then literally 5 minutes later, I had to pee again. And it wasn't just like a little sprinkle, it was a lot. And I didn't drink anything between the first time I went and the second time I went. And that was scary for me, because yeah, it's obviously pressing up against my bladder even more than it was before. So yeah, a cause of concern. And I do think it's just time for me to just go ahead and get the surgery, because they are so big, or at least 2 out of 4 are so big, and I don't want to risk it with my health, especially like now we're talking about my bladder. He's saying it's up against my spine. It's like, ooh, child, you know what I'm saying? I just wish they would, like, sometimes I have imaginations and daydreams that like it literally comes out of my body like I'm giving birth to it. I hope, sometimes I feel like a little cramp or something, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if my fibroid is about to come out. Like, just come out. Like, if I pee or something, I just hope that shit just come right the fuck out. But it had to happen. I really don't want surgery, but I also really want to protect my body. And I know that that was a lot, but a lot of negative. I know that was a lot of negative, but there was honestly a lot of positive with me being raw vegan. It's just that I'm choosing to pay more attention to the negative in this moment. And this is what the Power of Now talks about. It's like being present, you know what I'm saying? So that book was really helpful anytime I felt like I wanted to eat food that wasn't a fruit or a vegetable. So yeah, that book was really nice. But I eventually fell into this analysis paralysis where I just couldn't make a decision for myself regarding if I should get surgery or if I should go the natural route. And honestly, I basically chose surgery after the MRI, but I didn't get the MRI until January. I was still feeling depressed about the ultrasound. But I was like, let me just go get an MRI. I found a new doctor, OBGYN actually. So she's a specialist and she's really advocating for me, which was nice. She wanted me to get another MRI and she wanted to check my thyroid and stuff like that. My thyroid was fine. The MRI results confirmed that it was definitely 4. And yeah, that's kind of what happened. It just kind of sucks. And it still sucks right now as I'm talking to you guys about it. I just know that I have to protect my body at all costs. And I tried. I put in 100. I put in 300%, you know, to go and change my lifestyle. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to be upset with myself or the fact that, you know, they're still here. I tried, and that's exactly what this was intended to do. Like, the journey of being raw vegan, that was to try to do it the natural way. And I can say confidently that I did try. Of course, it was only for 90 days, but that's what I was willing to do in the moment. But there's, again, like what I was trying to say before I went on a tangent, is that there's so many positive outcomes to me being raw vegan besides the fibroids, you know. Like, my periods did get lighter. My acne, it like took a 360. Like, I have a couple of bug bites on me, so don't mind that, but I don't have the acne anymore that I used to have. And I definitely feel like that was a result of not consuming cheese as much. Cheese was, ooh, like, to this day I wouldn't even mind having a little butter, having a little bread that might be rolled with an egg, or, you know, has some type of egg in it. But what I refuse to go back to is cheese. I would never eat cheese again. And it's so bad that, like, even vegan cheese, I don't even like vegan cheese. I don't like the consistency. I don't like the texture. Like, even this resort that I'm at is really nice. You know, I'll make a video separately, but this resort that I'm at has a lot of vegan options. So they have like vegan mozzarella and vegan feta and all these types of vegan cheeses. But I tried it once and I was like, this is fucking disgusting, bro. No, I tried it twice actually, and I did not like it. So, and I tried vegan cheeses at home as well. I don't like it. The only vegan cheese I like is the vegan restaurants that make their own in-house vegan cheese, and it's more like a sauce. But like the diet, all the other shits, I don't want it. I definitely don't want it. So that is kind of what happened. So what else did I say? Oh, the sun is setting, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it. Hold on. That is so beautiful. Look at that. You see that? Wow. Wow. I don't know if y'all was able to see that or not. Let me take a picture of my phone so I can post it. Hold on. Wow. It's gone. Wow. I'm sorry. I get so excited about the sun. Anyway. Wow. That was awesome. I'll post that up. But I just wanted to say, like, I personally want to protect my body, and if I'm staying present, you know, if I'm able to see like, hey, I did try to do this and it just didn't work, so I think I meant to get the surgery. And, you know, if they do grow back, which I'm hoping and praying they don't, but if they do grow back, at least I know now like, at least I know, like, what I need to do in order to keep things at bay, you know? There's a lot of, like, resources that I found throughout this journey, like castor oil packs. I wasn't consistent with castor oil packs, but, like, if there was one small one, you know, I could do castor oil packs, and I'm confident that it would work. It's just that with this fibroid, I found out when it was 11 centimeters, you know, so it was very big, and that it was 2 more at that time, you know, but that was the big one. And so I feel like it was just kind of too far gone for me to make a different decision. But if I do get one, God forbid I don't. Where's the wood at? Oh, it's wood all around. But if I do get one, hopefully I catch it sooner. You know, I can get MRIs more frequently, like maybe once a year, just to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that I'm on top of it this time. I'm aware, you know, I have the autonomy. And I'm even hoping, even more so than that, I'm hoping and praying that my lifestyle change, which is permanent. I'm not permanently raw vegan, but as you can see, I don't eat dairy. Very minimal dairy, okay? Like I said before, I still fuck with bread, okay? I'm not going to check if it's vegan every time. And if I'm at a restaurant, I will put some butter on that bread. Trust and believe. You better believe that. I like food. I'm hoping, I'm praying, and I'm wishing that after this surgery, I won't have any more fibroids because of my lifestyle changes, you know, because I'm working with a therapist to manage my stress. And I have been, you know, for almost a year now, but I feel like I had my fibroids since high school, honestly. So now that I know how to manage my stress, and I have the resources and the people to help me manage my stress, manage my anxious thoughts, and I have this new lifestyle change that I love, actually. You know, not eating dairy is one of the best things I could have ever did for myself. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know. So I do dabble in the fish, no shrimp, just fish, like high quality fish. I'm talking like salmon, mahi, maybe a couple others, but yeah, other than that, I'm vegan. So I'm hoping that the new lifestyle change doesn't bring me more fibroids. I'm focusing on Leah now. I'm putting me first. And one thing I was talking to my therapist about is, you know, some of the other reasons why I might have fibroids besides the eating. I think eating did play a part, but I don't think it was the only part that it played. Like, fibroids happen because of trauma and stress. Fibroids happen when you're doing something that's not aligned with you. And what I'm working towards now is doing things that do align with me. Like, and I want that throughout my life. Like, in every part of my life, things are going to align for me. And I'm going to make sure that happens for me one way or another. So, yeah, that's kind of the update. And I was hoping that things would be different. But, hey, it is what it is, you know? That is life. You can't control tomorrow because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. Just like how I'm in El Salvador right now. I did not expect to be sick whatsoever. Like, I was fine. I was literally fine up until yesterday. And I started having the chills and stuff. But I couldn't control that. And so even today, you know, I'm like beating myself up. Like, damn, you the only one sick. You can't even go to the excursion today because you're all sick, and feeling all ashamed of myself. And then I had to quickly turn that around and say, you know what, man? You know what? You can make the most out of today. It's a fucking ocean outside of your bed. Outside of your bed. Not even like outside of your hotel. It's outside of your bed. You best go and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in waterside. I'm in waterside. It makes sense for me to want to experience things like this. And I just have to keep giving it to myself. You know, I was sad because I didn't get to go see the waterfall today, but I've been looking at water still. Like, there's still a lot to be thankful and grateful for. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, the things that brought me through ultimately, through my raw vegan journey, staying consistent, being disciplined. And I'm just saying this for people if they wanted to try on their own. But the things that really helped me was, number one, keeping myself occupied and busy. I'm naturally a busy person, so this isn't really something new for me, but I picked up on a hobby, skating. I love to skate so much. It brings me so much joy. It helps me stay in the present moment. And it's good for me. You know what I'm saying? I went from a size 16 to a size 12. And I don't think that being raw vegan was the only part that played in that. I think skating also played a part in that, big time. So because I went from a size 16 to a size 12, you know, I had a lot of support from my family and friends. Some people were concerned for me, you know, but that's natural because they love me. You just have to fight through that. Like, tell them you're going to be okay. It's fine. And then skating, family and friends, like family and familial support. I said family and familial. Oh, child. Family and friends supporting me, doing things that didn't involve food, like going to hang out with people and it did not involve food whatsoever. And then let's see what else. I think that's it, pretty much. Distracting myself positively. Oh, reading the books, like The Power of Now. Whew, that was a major key into me staying steadfast on this journey. I cried a lot during this journey. I had a lot of like epiphanies and shit. Did I write them down? If I find my journal entries from around that time, I might share them with y'all or something if you want. But the sun is going down and my lighting quality is going away, so I'm gonna end the video here. I think I, you know what I'm saying, expressed how I feel regarding my fibroids to the fullest extent that I can. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything. What I will say is that if you do have smaller fibroids, I would still try to do it the natural way because I feel like it will work. But if you have larger fibroids and they're compressing up against major organs like your bladder or your fucking spine, like that's a bone, but they're pressing up against, you know, major systems and functions within your body, surgery might be your best option, and you don't have to beat yourself up about that like I did for so long. And I'm happy I'm finally coming to this realization, honestly. But it was lovely talking to you all. And if you're still watching, as always, I love you too.